What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review Season 1, Episode 6 of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. And tonight's episode is titled Level Up. But before I do that, I got to give a shout outs to my people, my subscribers. Shout outs to Simply Be Yourself 100, Penny, Atif, RC Kroger, Lamont Simpson, June BLC, Tony Tone. Special shout outs to him because he has his own channel. Go check him out. He does reviews on wrestling, and I believe he reviews other shows. Check his channel out. Really nice guy, cool guy. That's Tony Tone. Also, shout outs to Savannah Rivers, Amore, and all the rest of you people. And you too. Shout outs to you. Come on. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Comment. Engage with it, brother, because that's what I like around here. So, got that out the way. Now let's get right into this episode, which is episode 6, Level Up. All right. A lot going on with Rock in this episode. Raquel, man, this episode, this wasn't her week this week. So she's standing in the project building, waiting for this elevator. The old lady lets her know that elevator don't work. Sugar, that elevator don't work. That elevator been broken forever. So now she got to go all the way up to this apartment. When she gets there, the inspector, Mr. Frank, has the nastiest attitude. He's pissed off. He's not pleased with these renovations that she's trying to do. And he lets her know clearly, ma'am, you have never lived in the projects because this is not yours. You can't do what you want. If we tell you you can't have a magnet on your refrigerator, you got to follow what we say. He was very rude and condescending, which they tend to do to people that, I notice people that work in those fields tend to be rude to their customers. It bugs me out. I've seen it from time to time. It's like people can be, he was so rude and harsh, but she played along. She said, well, can I come to some sort of agreement? And he's like, yeah. See, now he's thinking with that, not this. He's like, yeah, we could come to an agreement. So, come back here tonight alone. So he really thought he was going to get some of Rock's drawers. He thought he was going to get the drawers. That's what his old sleazebag dude really thought. And I'm like, how many other people have he done stuff like this to? Real creep. I don't like creeps like that. Real low life. So she comes back. She's looking good. I think she had on red, right? Looking sexy. Had on red. He's excited. I like that you dressed up for me. And see, this is where he went wrong. He goes, I looked around and about you. I checked out and talked about you. Looked around. I talked around and walked around to investigate you. And I found out that you're a drug dealer. See, you should have did more research. You should have found out what type. Is she the violent type? Who is she connected to? You didn't do enough research, brother, because you would know that this ain't one you want to play with. So she takes out the money. She says this is strictly a financial transaction. Homeboy attacks her, grabs her by the neck, tells her, you don't tell me what this transaction is going to be. And he attempts to rape her. Luckily, she gets him off of her and she hits him, I believe, with a mallet. She ends up tying him up and she calls Marvin to handle business. And now this is what got me. Frank, that was his name, right? He was all about, yeah, I don't want this renovation. You can't do that. He was so against the renovations. Now he's becoming a part of the renovations. I know I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's true because Marvin done stuck him in the wall, taped his mouth, stuck him in the wall, kills him with a nail gun. But now you're part of the renovations now. Now you're in the wall. He's going to seal that with you in it. Crazy. But I'm like, that's going to stink. I don't know why you did that. But I don't know. Whatever. So that's how that situation happens. On top of that, she's pissed off with Symphony because she found out that Symphony went down and got Kanan out of the precinct talking to his daddy, because we heard that Detective Howard may be his daddy. And she's like, what did he say to you? This, that, and the third. She don't want Kanan to know that guy might be his father. But she's so pissed off with Symphony, and she tells Symphony, you betrayed my trust. Now, Kanan likes the man now. He likes him, and he tells her, I like him. And he only did that because I asked him not to tell you, and he was looking out for me. But she don't like that. You know how Rock is. She don't trust it. She's like, no. So she breaks it off with Symphony, which I thought wasn't a good move. But that's how she is. She said, "Listen, I told you before. You don't get in between me and my son." I kind of understood what she was doing, but I think that she is she went a little too far with this. I think she took it too far. She's overthinking this because he did look out for your son, and he's trying to bond and respect your son and trying to get your son to like him. So I think she kind of went a little overboard with that. But that ain't all of her troubles. Then she finds out from Dean that he's cutting ties with her because he don't trust her. And he said, "I had to kill my security guard that was doing side business with you." And he's telling her that while he's at a game of bingo. And he's like, "And also, Unique will be paying 20%. He's going to be taking whatever. So now she has to get a new distributor. And so she's pissed off about that. But then she comes up with a backup plan. So she goes to the bodega and she talks to the owner's wife, the woman that's always got bruises. Each episode, her face gets worse and worse. This one looked the worst. She had a black eye, her nose was bloody, and she's like, Rock tells her, "I need you to get in touch with your cousin." Because we found out that Lulu knew that this woman's cousin is a big-time drug dealer up in Washington Heights, which is upper Manhattan. And so she's like, "I need you to get in touch with her." And that communication, you could tell this woman is very petrified of her husband. And she even said, "My husband don't like my cousin." But see, I think something's going to happen. I think Rock is going to they're going to have to deal with that husband. They're going to have to do something because I predict that he's going to take it too far and he's going to be beating on that woman some more and they're going to intervene and he's going to be handled. That's what I'm thinking. What you guys think? I think that's going to happen. Anyway, let's move on down to it's the talent show night. It's the talent show. Lulu is putting on this big talent show. This is another thing that pisses his sister off. He tells her, "Listen, we ain't selling. I don't want no drugs being sold up in here." She mad at him. She's like, "Listen, we losing out here. We can't do it." But he said, "Listen, this one night only. I want this legit. No weapons, no drugs. This is the talent show. My niece is going to be performing this. Famous is going to be performing this." So I like that. Just a day of, just this day. So Lulu even goes to Unique and says this. And says, "Listen, I'm just telling you, no weapons, no this. Let's keep it cool." Unique is like, sure. The moment Lulu leaves, he was pissed off. He's like, "You know what? We're going to turn that place out. Tear the place up." And now he comes up with this plan. And he says to, what was his guy's name? Scrappy. And remember, Scrappy was once on their team. But he really is, like I said, I never thought he really betrayed Rock. I thought she sent him in there to infiltrate and spy. But Unique sends Scrappy and the other dude, one of his men, over there. They go to the club, but they can't go in the front door because you can't bring weapons. So they sneak in the back way. And they plan on shooting up the place and terrorizing and hurting Lulu. Now, as that's going on, Jukebox reunites with her girlfriend. I believe her name is Nicole. And she's happy to see her because remember last week, Nicole's mother was like, "Get out of my house, you filthy lesbian." She said all that type of stuff. And they're back together. But Jukebox is nervous about this show. She's nervous. Famous is hype. He's ready to go. And Jukebox throwing up. And then Kanan comes in there and he talks to her and kind of talks her down. And now she's ready to go. Now it's funny how it gets reversed. She's ready. And now Famous is nervous. And I like that scene because it kind of reminds me of myself, like doing shows. It's always for me, for those of you who don't know, I do some singing and performing. And it's always for me that anticipation, like if I know who's next, like let's say there's a show, I'm doing the show, especially when I was younger and I'm doing a show and it's like, okay, they tell you you're going on after this person. It's that waiting that makes me nervous. Once I get out on the stage, I'm fine. So I could so relate to that when Famous came out, he was at the thing, he got to the stage and he's like kind of froze. I kind of could relate to that. Not that I ever froze on stage, but I always had that feeling like, oh, I'm next. And so Now the roles reverse, and Jukebox kind of warms the crowd up, and then that gets Famous warmed up, and then he starts doing his song. Now here's the funny thing: as he's doing the song, Kanan is like, "Wait a minute, these lyrics sound like my life, my life, my life. Like, what is this?" And you know, the narration is like, you see these rappers, they always rap about something that they don't do or don't live. He's like, he ain't do none of this stuff. Why is he? And I don't think Kanan liked that. Kanan was like, nah, I don't like that. I ain't feeling that. I'm not feeling that at all. So let's see how that affects their relationship. Now, as that's going on, getting back to Scrappy and one of Unique's men that's in there, Scrappy makes eye contact with Lulu, and he does something like that, signals. So Lulu knows what's up, like, okay, it's about to be some trouble. So he starts a fight, which makes a distraction, and the crowds disperse, and Marvin is able to get Lulu out safely. But now Scrappy is in harm's way because it's like, wait a minute, you think we dumb? We knew that you was really still down with Rock. We knew that, and that's why you think I'm stupid? You did that to distract him because you didn't want to really hurt him. You still down with him. And he draws a gun on him on that. Also in this episode, we saw Detective Howard asking his doctor if it's possible that he could get a donor if he had a son. Hypothetically speaking, if he had a son, could his son help him? She says yes, but no, because if he's a minor, he would have to get permission from the legal guardian, which would be Rock. And she's not going to go for that. She's not going to go for that. You ain't getting that. Detective Howard, you as good as gone, because she's not going to go for that. I doubt that she's going to do that. I strongly doubt. I would be surprised if she does that. And yeah, that was some interesting stuff right there. So back to the party. After the club, everybody's getting their groove on after the club. You see Lulu with his girlfriend in the limo getting it on. Jukebox and her girlfriend are on the bus kissing. Kanan goes to Davina's house and he's having sex with her. You know, she pulls out the condom. They're getting it on. Famous is getting a blowjob by a groupie in the bathroom. Yeah. Everybody getting it on. And the last scene, Kanan is sneaking back into the house. And then you hear some noise and they all run outside. And we see Scrappy laid out, bruised and battered. I don't know if he's dead or not, but he looked pretty beat down. His eye was messed up. He looks really messed up. And that's where the episode ended. So another really good episode. I'm really enjoying this series. And I can't wait. I can't wait till next week to see what's going to happen. I don't know how many episodes this show has per season. I'm thinking 10. I don't know. But anyway, tell me your thoughts. Did you like this episode? How are you feeling? I know there's some people saying they don't like the show, and I don't understand how they saying they don't like the show. Somebody was complaining that Kanan is too soft. This is the coming of age, people. This is the coming of age show. He's not going to be... We got to see him build into the Kanan that we know from the original Power series. This is, you know, he wasn't always a beast. He has to build into that. So this is showing the development. So y'all be patient. But I love the show. I think the show is great. And like I said before, my favorite characters, I'm really liking Jukebox, and I like Marvin because he for the comic relief. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.